The calmed storm, the harmony of the spirit over the forces of nature. Kardec teaches that the episode in which Jesus calms the winds and the sea, saying, "Be calm, wind, be still, sea," should be understood not as a supernatural prodigy, but as the conscious application of universal fluidic laws. Christ, in perfect harmony with the Creator, emanated spiritual forces that penetrated matter, acting upon the fluids that compose the Earth's atmosphere and serve as intermediaries between the physical and spiritual planes. The storm calms because the disharmonic vibration of the elements yields to the vibrational order of the pure spirit. The universal cosmic fluid, Kardec teaches, is the primitive substance from which everything originates. Spirits, at different levels of evolution, act upon this fluid, forming, transforming, and balancing the forces of nature. Jesus, being the highest spirit that has ever been on earth, directly governed these forces without the need for intermediaries. His will was a living law, his thought, a command. The pronounced order, "Be still," was not a metaphor. It was a real emission of spiritual energy that instantly reorganized the atmospheric fluid. Modern physics shows that all matter is energy vibrating at different frequencies. Sound waves, electromagnetic fields, and quantum oscillations respond to patterns of coherence. When a more ordered system comes into contact with a chaotic system, harmony tends to impose itself. Thus, the vibration of serenity and moral authority of Jesus restored the energetic coherence of the environment, calming the wind and the sea. The phenomenon was natural, but produced by higher spiritual causes. The physics of quantum coherence suggests that consciousness can influence subtle energy fields, altering physical states on microscopic scales. Jesus, whose consciousness vibrated in perfect harmony with the divine field, acted directly upon the forces of nature, not by miracle, but through a profound knowledge of the laws of the universe. His mental energy, pure, luminous, stable, instantly reorganized matter and the fluid that sustains it. Spiritual neuroscience shows that states of deep calm and universal love generate coherent brainwaves that positively influence the environment. Christ, in absolute serenity, radiated vibrations of peace so powerful that they affected the physical elements around him. The external storm was a reflection of human emotions: fear, despair, disharmony. By radiating faith and tranquility, Jesus transformed not only the sea but also the hearts of the disciples. The inner storm was calmed as well. Modern meteorology explains that the weather is the result of complex dynamics between energy, pressure, and temperature. These physical phenomena are, on the spiritual plane, expressions of the universal fluid currents that sustain planetary balance. The higher spirits direct these forces under divine supervision, and Jesus, in his mission, acted as a direct channel of God's will, harmonizing what human fear destabilized. The spiritual symbolism of the storm is profound. It represents the tumult of passions, fear in the face of trials, doubt in faith. Jesus sleeping in the boat, serene amidst the agitation, is the image of the awakened consciousness in the spirit and the dormant consciousness in the world. When awakened by the distressed disciples, he rises, a symbol of the soul taking command of life, and commands, "Silence, be still." Peace returns because the spirit has regained dominion over matter. Transpersonal psychology sees in this episode a lesson about the power of the mind over reality. When thought is in disorder, it creates emotional storms. When it harmonizes with love, the waves of life calm down. The outer sea is a reflection of the inner sea, and Christ shows that spiritual mastery is the true governance of nature. Kardec states that Jesus did nothing that contradicted the laws of creation. His actions were demonstrations of perfect spiritual science, which humanity will one day understand. He showed that the spirit, when pure and united with divine will, is a conscious co-creator, capable of acting upon matter without breaking natural laws, but realizing them at their highest degree. Contemporary physics seeks the unified theory that explains all the forces of the cosmos. Spiritism already anticipates this unity by stating that all material forces are expressions of divine thought. Jesus, the purest interpreter of this thought, acted as a universal harmonizer, balancing the planetary fluid and teaching, by example, the power of serenity in the face of chaos. To understand the calmed storm is to understand that faith is a force of cosmic order. When the spirit fully trusts in divine harmony, the forces of nature, both internal and external, reorganize. If this reflection has brought you light and serenity, share it. Because to understand the calmed storm is to recognize that the spirit at peace is capable of transforming the world around it.